Hi, this is Gary. Welcome to today's video. So it's new pen day, it's new package day. Here it is, newly arrived from China. Join me now, down on the mat. Let's unbox this together. Let's have a look at what's inside it. I'll ink the pen up and then we'll have a writing sample. Here we are, and here we have the package. So I've already cut up on the end to make it a bit easier. So let's finish peeling this off. Let's see what we've got. So out of the envelope comes this bubble wrap. Just dispose of that. Inside the bubble wrap, we've got this orange box here. So a lot of the pens I get from China seem to come in this box. So it's just a standard shaped. I'll just turn this around. So here we've got business gift pen. Lots of them seem to come with this. Just a standard box. So let's take off and open that end and slide out the pen. Doesn't seem to want to come out at the moment. Oh, here we come. So sliding it out, we can see here, well, it's a black pen. So let's quickly have a look inside it. Let's take off the sleeve and here we have a Picasso pen. So this is a beautiful black colour. Just pop that on a stand. So this pen, it's a Picasso Pimio. It's a black metal fountain pen. It's got this gorgeous red band here at the end of the cap. And according to the AliExpress advert, it should have a titanium medium nib. So let's have a quick look at this. So we'll start by looking at the pen itself. Well, here we are. We've got the finial. Nice, really short dome there, leading down into this black clip. The clip itself, it's got that dark colour. I would say it's more of a dark grey than a black. I cannot get my fingers around it, so I think that's a really, really stiff clip. So that's something I need to look at. The cap, as you can see, it's this gorgeous black colour, and it looks like it's the same width all the way down. Then we come to this red here, this red band, and that's there on the end of the cap. So let's take a quick look inside there. Can't see a liner or anything like that. Put that to one side. Then we'll look at this nib. So the nib, it's that gorgeous black colour. It's a really deep black, matches the rest of the pen. We then come to the section. There's a little bit of a lip there. It doesn't feel too big, so that might not actually be too bad for me, because as I may have said before, I don't like the big lips because I find they hurt my finger. That looks not too bad. We come up then the barrel, and again on the barrel here, it looks like it's Picasso's signature. So that could be where the pen gets its name from. So just spin that round so we can see the feed. So it looks like a plastic feed there. I'm going to take a closer look after this video at that nib. Really be interesting, because if it is a titanium one, it'll be the first titanium nib I've got. But at what I paid for it, I only paid about 15 Aussie dollars. The section there, as I say, it's got the signature. It tapers up slightly. And again, we've got the red band here. That then comes into the body. The body seems to be of a similar width till it comes to virtually the end, when it tapers down, and it tapers down to, again, a slightly domed finial. The cap, it's a snap on and off. I prefer the ones where you have to twist it, but as I've just said, it was about 15 Aussie dollars, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So let's take the body off. Let's look at what's inside. So that's quite a few turns there. So inside, this is all metal, so there's no way this could be eyedroppered. I mean, it's a metal pen. But then we've got the converter. Again, looks like we've got Picasso there written on the top of the converter. And then it's just a standard converter there, which comes with a lot of the pens that you get from China. So all in all, doesn't look too bad. Let's just pop that back together again. This is the Picasso. It looks lovely. Feels not too bad. It's not heavy. It's not light. I'm not going to be doing any weights on this today, but initially feels quite nice in the hand. I'm now going to step away and I'm going to give the pen a good clean out. Then I'll come back, we'll fill it with ink, and then we'll get on with a writing sample. So I'm back from giving it a good clean. So there we've got the nib unit, we've got the converter, and obviously we've got the cap and we've got the body. One of the things I've started doing over the last couple of months is making sure I clean out any new pen that I get. When I was first starting out, I've got to be honest, I didn't really clean them out. I just wanted to get ink and start writing. And I did find that I was getting some issues with a couple of the pens. So now I make a habit of making sure that I'm coming in and just giving it a good clean through to try and get rid of any excess like silicone grease that may be in there, any excess bits from the grinding or whatever's happened to it, so that the pen's got the best chance to shine. So let's pop this back together. So that just slides in, so it's a slot in one. You know, moves nice and freely. I'm just going to move this up to one side and we'll have a look at the ink that I'm going to use today. So today's ink, it's by Robert Oster and it's Fire Engine Red. It's a really nice bright red colour. Doesn't really come through on this card. This is just some Rhodia paper that I've used to try and swatch it with. I've only got a sample, so I wanted to see roughly what it looks like before I put it in the pen. I have had it in another pen, but it was a fine nib and it looked nice, but it didn't shine as much as I want to. And I'm hoping with this supposedly being a medium nib, I'm hoping that the ink's going to really have a chance to shine. So let's fetch in that ink. So I'll say I've only got this sample, which is Robert Oster Fire Engine Red. Let's take that top off, fetch in the pen. And here we go. So on one single fill, wow, it's virtually filled the whole converter. I don't often see that. Normally I'm lucky to get maybe 3/4. I'll just wipe the nib off and the section and we'll reassemble the pen. All right, pop that to one side. Let's get the ink out of the way. And then I'll fetch in my trusty notepad. So my notepad, here we go. So this is an Oxford notepad. It uses the optic paper, which is a nice fountain pen friendly paper. So let's have a try with this. So this is a Picasso Pimio. And it should have a medium nib on it. The ink is by Robert Oster. It's Fire Engine Red. So with that initial writing, one of the things I noticed, you may have seen here with the P and the I had a little bit of issues with the ink coming out. Could be because it's the first time I've written with it. That's something, again, let's keep an eye on this. I would say this looks more like a fine to me, but again, I need to play around with it. The ink doesn't look too bad. It's nice and bright, nice and vibrant. I think there's a little bit of shading by the look of this, but we'll see as we go on. So what we'll do now is we'll look at our drying times and our wetness. So first, I'm going to go immediate. Already it looks really dry. I'm going to wait for 5 seconds. Again, I don't know if you noticed, we skipped a little bit. 20 seconds. Mostly dry, there's a little spot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to really jump up. I'm going to leave it for 1 minute. I mean, certainly after a minute, it's nice and dry. Just going to do a little bit of a splodge over here. You know, really, when I'm looking at this, it seems to be quite a dry ink. It seems to really dry really well, which is nice. So let's do another writing sample. For this one, I'm going to reposition the mic so you can hear the writing as I'm doing it. Do you know, that's really nice. It's really smooth. You hardly know that you've got it. You hardly know that you're writing. It's just gliding over the paper. For $15, I've got to be honest, it's one of the smoothest writing Chinese pens that I've got. I think ones which come near it are maybe my Pilot Custom Heritage 92, which is really smooth as well. I would say this is even smoother than that. I've got a broad Twisby 580, which is very glassy, and this is even smoother than that. Really nice pen to write with. I mean, even going fast, you hardly know you're writing with it. You know, the ink seems to be keeping up with the nib. You know, I'm not getting any issues with it. I've got to be honest, for $15, I'm absolutely amazed at how nice this is to write with. I mean, when you look at the pen, it looks really nice. And this is just my first impressions. You know, you've seen, I've just literally taken it out of the box. So I need to play around with this for the next few weeks so I can get a better idea. But at the moment, wow, that's all I can really say. It's a gorgeous pen. It looks nice. I mean, this black is really, it's really attractive, I've got to be honest. And I'm glad that I got this red accent because it really does set that off. I know it's going to sound silly, but I'd have loved if the clip was red as well to match, because I think that would have really, really looked really nice. So yeah, this is it. This is my initial impressions of the Picasso Pimio black metal fountain pen with a medium titanium nib. And all I can say is, why not get one and try it? I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button, give it a like. Have you got this pen? Have you got this ink? Are there any inks that you think might be worthwhile me trying in this pen? If there are, drop a comment below. Let's kickstart the conversation and talk more about our pens and our inks. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.